Welcome to Newsletter Guru TV, your show with a boatload of smart marketing and business building advice, and a little fun along the way.
This episode of Newsletter Guru TV is brought to you by Jim Palmer's No Hassle Social Media, the ultimate done-for-you content program. Finally, a fast and easy way to keep feeding your content is king marketing machine. No Hassle Social Media makes it fast and easy to build profitable client relationships using the power of social media, blogs, video, and article marketing. Check it out today at www.nohasslesocialmedia.com.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Palmer, the Newsletter Guru, and I am committed to helping you through my videos, newsletters, podcasts, emails, books, all of that. I'm committed to helping you build a more profitable business faster. On this week's episode of Newsletter Guru TV, I want to talk to you about reading books, because reading is fundamental. Remember that one? But so we're in the fall, and I know it's fall because I'm looking outside my window here and the ground is covered with leaves. It's chilly and things like that, but I read a lot of books. I'm sure you do too. I try and read like 3 or 4 books a month. But one of the things I do in the fall, that's kind of like maybe the first 9 months of the year, I just plow through books. I have all my books on my bookshelf, and over there's my to-be-read book pile, so I just kind of take them off there, and then sometimes they're on Kindle. One of the things I like to do is read like the first 9 months, just plow, more information, looking for other little nuggets, other little things that are going to make the, as the saying goes, Dan Kennedy I think said this, little hinges swing big doors. I'm looking to move the big doors even farther, faster, etc. So I'm looking for those little nuggets in a book. One of the things I like to do is I go back to maybe my favorite reading for the last 3 months of the year. So I'm kind of learning the first 3 months, and then there's always foundational books. Might be Think and Grow Rich. It might be, well, it is for me, many of the Dan Kennedy No BS marketing books. It might be some books or information from Gary Halbert or some of the really great copywriters and things like that. So there's probably a list of about 8 or 10 books that I think are on my all-time, wow, these are must-reading books. And those books I kind of pull back out as I kind of start going to the end of the year, and I kind of reread those. And each time I reread them, it goes faster, but it reinforces. The other cool thing I like about that strategy is, I don't know about you, but every time I read a book more than once, I always pick up something else that I didn't get the first time, because whether my mind is more receptive, more open, there's certain situations or circumstances that are happening right now that make me more receptive to that information. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. That's one of the things I do in addition to reading a lot. I have my kind of go-to list at the end of the year, usually November and December. When my travel schedule starts slowing, I kind of read through the old classics, as I call them. Now, one book that I'm hoping is going to be an old classic is my newest book, Stop Waiting for It to Get Easier, Create Your Dream Business Now. I want to give you a quick lesson in Chapter 5, because this could quite possibly be that little hinge that's going to swing a big door for you. And what I'm talking about in that chapter is, this is a true story. I'm writing my book. Pretty sure I was in July. I was traveling somewhere. It might have been to California to give a speaking engagement. So I'm down there in Philadelphia Airport waiting for my flight in the terminal. And there's always playing CNN and stuff like that. But I hear 2 people talking about, they must have had a story about some crooked businessman. Oh, business is such a shame. These business owners, they're out just to make a buck, and they're talking about how bad profit was and this and greedy and that. And I'm like, boy, it really kind of made my blood boil a little bit. And I said, this would make a good chapter for the book, because a good part of this book, and the first maybe third of the book, is about adjusting your mindset so you can have a very successful or create your dream business. So one of the things I talked about in that section of the book is that the very nature of business, in a way, is profiting from other people's problems, if you want to think about it. Now, think about a company like ServPro, where they go in and whether it's fire or floods, I think their tagline is as if it never happened, right? So if it wasn't for natural disasters where they cause a lot of pain and agony for people, ServPro wouldn't have a business. If they didn't charge enough to pay their employees, their overhead, and make a profit for the business to keep marketing and growing, and yes, the owners are entitled to profit, ServPro wouldn't be there to take care of people when they're in pain. If you think about alarm companies, if there weren't people that broke into your homes, your businesses, there'd be no reason to have alarm companies. Alarm companies are sort of trying to help prevent pain, but in a way, people reach out to alarm companies after they experience pain. I guess maybe more, another one I mentioned in the book, just in a very kind of almost a simplistic way, is windshield repair. If it wasn't for the occasional rock that skipped up and dinged your windshield, or some punk in a mall parking lot who, hit your windshield and caused a chip just for giggles, there would be no need for windshield repair. So they're installing windshields, they're making a profit, but they're doing so because people have pain, they have a problem. So I really think I don't know when it's not true, but in most cases, I'll say, just in case I haven't thought of one, in most cases, the idea of starting a business is to solve a problem, to cure somebody's pain. Heck, even if you're a guy who does copywriting, or you create websites or different ways to help businesses grow, the people who are going to come to you for your solution are people that are not doing well, typically, or people that are doing well and want to do better. In other words, there's a certain amount of agitation there, there's a certain amount of pain. We're not getting any traffic to our website. What do we got to do? Well, you got to get some SEO, or you got to do some pay-per-click, or maybe the copy's bad. Get somebody in here. I mean, that's a person in pain. Do you see that? So in almost the very, very nature of business and entrepreneurship is solving problems for people, and then in doing so, earning a profit. Now, when I come to talk about profit in the book, I tell this story that I've told many times before, and I've shared it on Facebook and different places. So be okay with charging what you're worth for the value that you're delivering to your customers, clients, and patients. The example I give is a woman's at home, or a man, doesn't matter, but there's a family at home, let's say. I'll keep this very gender neutral. So there's a family at home in the winter, dead of winter, and their heater's out, and it is bone-chilling cold in their home, right? So they call the heater guy. He comes 5 minutes later. He goes down, the husband or wife goes down to watch. He turns a screw. Heater fires up, and there's warm air blowing through the registers. He gives them a bill for $200, and they go, "What? $200? You're only here for 5 minutes." And he took the bill back. He scratched it out, and he rehanded it to him. And it said, turning the right screw, turning a screw, $1. Knowing how to turn the right screw quickly so we can get your home warm and toasty for your family, $199. In other words, it's not the value of him going and the time it took him to turn that screw. It's that he knows how to do that. That came from a lot of teaching and a lot of experience and travel. And by the way, just in that example alone, the guy has traveled to your home. So don't be caught as an entrepreneur being afraid to charge what you're worth for the value you're delivering. Okay, so that is the main message today. First of all, wow, there were several messages in this video. So read a lot, reread the classics, because they're going to really enhance your learning and what's going up in the old entrepreneurial brain box. Definitely put this on your to-be-read list, or read it right now. Stop waiting for it to get easier. Create Your Dream Business Now. You can get that at Kindle. No, you can get it at Amazon on Kindle or paperback, or you can order it directly from me at stopwaitingbook.com, stopwaitingbook.com. This book, $20 is going to change your life. I guarantee it. And if you found some value in this week's episode, come on, Jim, you're almost done. If you found some value in this week's episode, if you didn't, rewind it and watch it again, because there are some pretty cool nuggets in here. Appreciate it very much if you would share this episode. If you're watching on Facebook, Newsletter Guru TV, YouTube, we are rapidly approaching 100,000 views on YouTube, which is so cool. So go ahead and click the share button and share some of my smart marketing and business building advice with people that you know, like, trust, value, follow, they follow you, whatever it is. Just share the message, please. And keep adding value to what you're doing already. So if you're already providing value, if you're already solving problems, look for ways to add more value so the people that you're serving that already know, like, and trust you will stay longer, because when they stay longer, it is a fact, Jack. They will spend more, they'll buy more of your goods and services, and they'll also refer more, and that's a great thing. And before the day's out, go do something nice for somebody. Complete strangers, even better. Random acts of kindness. Yes, I forgot to silence my cell phone. I just got a text message. So random acts of kindness. Wave somebody into traffic. Let them go ahead of you in the checkout line. They come up short. Put $1 on the counter. Do something. Just, hey, I love your coat. That's nice. Isn't it nice today? Yes. Just put a smile on somebody's face. Make it your goal each and every day to make some person smile. And I think the world will be a nicer place. And check out Stick Like Glue Radio, my weekly podcast dedicated to helping you create an everlasting bond with your customers so they stay longer, spend more, and refer more. Again, those are all great things. You can subscribe at iTunes or at getjimpalmer.com. That is a weekly podcast, comes out every single Thursday, so be sure to check that out. And I think I am done today. Oh, no, I'm not. I have started just last week. I think I very first announced it as I'm recording this. I've gotten a lot of questions and some feedback from people that have bought the book, said we'd love to come. What can you ever do an event? Can you teach us how to do this? Show us how you get so much done. Jim, we're very interested. Why do you do so much marketing? You do so many different things. The videos, the podcasts, the newsletters, the social media, the email, article marketing. You're out speaking, you're out doing it all. What works? How do you get it all done? And I got to thinking, I actually ran this by a very good friend of mine, a successful entrepreneur. He said, you've got to do a live event. And like a 2-day event, different than any other event, not one speaker after the other pitching everything, but Jim, you go up there and you teach what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, show them right there. In other words, if I was to film a video or shoot a podcast or take some of my book, make it into a blog, do it right there on the computer, up on the screen for everybody to see so they could actually not just learn it and hear from me, but watch me do it. And he said that would have some amazing value. So basically what I'm doing is a little market research. Because one of the things I teach in my book, The Fastest Way to Higher Profits, is don't go charging full steam ahead, building a business, launching a product, unless you know there's a demand for it. So I'm thinking there might be a demand, but I'm going to find out. I will come there in a second, Mr. Phone. So what you want to do is go to stopwaitingbook.com/event. There's a survey. It'll take you just a couple minutes. Tell me what you think about this event. What would you like to see? Would you come? All that. Just help me figure out if I'm going to do this. If I do it, I'll probably do it first of the year in January. Make it kind of a boutique style event so I can work one-on-one with a smaller number of people instead of several hundred people. And so please take that survey. Very much appreciated. As soon as you take the survey, you'll hit the submit button. I'm going to give you a free gift, the first 2 chapters of my book, so you can check that out. All right. That is it. My name's Jim Palmer. I'm the host of Newsletter Guru TV, and through all of the things I do, including this video, I'm committed to helping you build a more profitable business faster. Watch for another great episode of Newsletter Guru TV this time next week, and until then, you take good care.